It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
Hello everyone, welcome back to episode... Shit, what episode of the podcast are we on?
This is 17.
This is 17?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I only know the Family Guy episode, that's how I write it down in my notes.
Welcome back to the 17th episode for the first time.
Welcome back to the 17th episode. Today we'll be talking about Season 2, Episode 10, Running Mates. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm your other host, Joe. Hello.
Hello. Also, yeah. Season 2, Episode 10. Is there anything you want to say before we get into the episode?
No, I just want to give a quick hello to everyone listening. Thank you. We appreciate it, and we like having you around. Well, I don't know about Sean,
it's true.
But I do.
No, I like it. I like it.
I like it. Trust me.
I like it. It's
I'm not afraid of you anymore.
I'm not afraid of all the trolls on the internet anymore.
Yeah, fuck you, trolls.
Yeah, alright, so should I go into the summary now?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Like, there's no follow.
No.
What more do we need to say to the trolls?
No, except go fuck yourself, and hello, please donate to my GoFundMe. I don't have... I'm sorry, no, let's move on.
Please donate. Just donate directly to my Steam account.
Yeah, send me Steam money.
Hell yeah. Alright, anyway, the summary for the episode. Lois is running for school board president. Chris gets caught for peeping, and at the meeting with his principal, Peter runs into his old favorite teacher. He convinces this teacher not to take his medicine, and the teacher ends up getting fired for destroying endangered California condor eggs. Peter decides to run against Lois to have him rehired, as Lois refuses to do so. Chris ends up getting porn mags from Peter to discourage his peeping habits, and Chris gives it to his friends at school. Peter gets rolled at the debate, so he releases an ad campaign calling Lois a slut, showing off a lewd photo she had taken for him, and he ends up winning the election in a landslide. Peter names the school after himself and gets a TV interview. Peter shows off all the kids reading, but turns out they're looking at the porn they got ultimately through Peter, causing a huge scandal. Peter decides to blame his wife, or to blame Lois for giving the porn mags to the kids. However, at the press conference at the last minute, he decides not to, saying that he loves his wife and she's the most important thing in the world for him, and he learns his lesson and resigns.
Another good episode where Peter learns a lesson about not being a fucking huge bitch to his wife.
And does not remember it.
Yeah.
At least I assume. I mean, I haven't seen the next episode. But...
No, Peter,
When will you learn, Peter?
Peter, when are you gonna fucking learn your lesson? This is what Joker was about.
When's he gonna get what he fucking deserves?
I don't know, but Seth, you're gonna tell me.
Hell yeah, Seth. Tell me, baby.
Tell me, and I won't go to your dad's house again. No more secret trips to Senior McFarlane's. You can stop this, Seth.
Nighttime trip.
Nighttime, daytime, afternoon time, whenever time.
We'll be setting up cameras soon, so we can have a 24/7 monitor of the perimeter. Seth, your dad's the safest he's ever been. Don't worry, we will protect.
Your dad
him.
has never been safer.
This is the best time to be your dad.
There's never been a better time to be Seth MacFarlane's father. Trust me. Trust me, Seth.
But yeah, Seth, just let us know. Yeah, we can make the arrangements. We can handle it civilly.
Yeah, at FG Funnycast on Twitter. Send us a DM, Seth. They're open for you.
That's our official means of communication. Anyway, something of note about this episode is this is the first episode that's had some sort of credit scene. Like, it's during the credit scene, but no episode has had like a during the credit, post credit scene, anything like that.
Oh yeah. It feels like something they
Yeah,
forgot to put into the actual episode or didn't have enough time.
Yeah, exactly. Like a joke they wanted to include, but they're like, I guess we can put it in at the end.
Yeah. I mean, it's inoffensive.
Yeah. I mean, all it is crazy teacher Fargus gets returned to the school, and then he gets zapped by a security robot Peter's installed.
Mm-hmm. He gets zapped by the cop robot.
That's the RoboCop robot?
I'm pretty sure. The one where...
Shit.
Yeah, the new police bot. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, you'll have to explain that one. I've never seen RoboCop, so I didn't pick up on that. And a cursory Google search didn't reveal anything.
It's alright.
Alright. But yeah, I got all the other references down. Don't worry.
I believe you.
Mm-hmm. So personally, I honestly, this is one of my favorite episodes so far. I don't know where I'd put it, because I haven't been like keeping a ranking or anything. Maybe I should, but I thought this episode was pretty good. There was a lot of jokes. A lot of the references, or there weren't as many references to some of the episodes, and I think the references that they did choose to use, in most cases, made it a stronger episode. As opposed to like, dude, who the fuck are these references?
Do you have an example?
They make reference to Willie Horton and Donna Rice, who were the subject of 2 scandals in the 1988 election. Willie Horton was a convicted murderer serving a life sentence in Massachusetts. However, he was let out for a weekend as part of Massachusetts' furlough program. While he was out for the weekend, I think he ends up robbing a place and then raping and murdering a woman.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And so this was used by George H.W. Bush to say, like, look at how the Democrats, they're weak on crime. Us Republicans, we're going to be tough on crime. And this wasn't the first time a Republican president had tried to use, like, the tough on crime rhetoric to win. Richard Nixon was a big fan of this. But just the way George H.W. Bush used it and the situation meant that he easily defeated Michael Dukakis. And this would be really important because it influences Bill Clinton in 92. And Clinton is like, all right, we need to come across tough on crime, which is why he did stuff like, I talked about this on an earlier episode, why he stops campaigning, I think it was right before Super Tuesday, actually, to go back home to Arkansas to oversee the execution of a mentally disabled criminal because he wanted to come across tough on crime.
My god, the only thing he came across as tough on was... tough on the mentally challenged.
I mean, the guy, if I remember correctly, the guy killed someone, and then I think in, like, an ensuing fight between him and the police or something, he becomes severely mentally damaged, or mentally challenged, from, like, a head wound.
Oh, so it's police-induced mental trauma. Or brain trauma.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not exactly sure how it gets induced, but he did not have this trauma when he committed the crime.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I mean, that doesn't make it better, but...
Yeah, it's just a little context. It's not like... It wasn't like the most cold heart... Like, it's like this person who clearly has never understood what's happening, getting the death penalty for it.
Bill Clinton.
Because I'm pretty sure he was, like, so mentally handicapped after the trauma that he, like, had no concept of what was happening.
Jesus.
Oh, I might be getting 2 stories confused there. I'm not exactly sure. But, yeah, that's the gist of it. And then Donna Rice, she was a woman who had an affair with Gary Hart, who was the presumptive Democratic candidate for 1988, the same election. However, the news of the scandal essentially ended his primary campaign, giving it to Michael Dukakis.
Dukakis, you fucked us again.
Oh, wait, okay. My bad. I forgot one part about the Willie Horton scandal. Michael Dukakis was the governor of Massachusetts. And Horton was from Massachusetts. So it was directly like, it's not even like, look what a Democrat did, it's look what you did.
Oh, man. That's just the perfect storm of that, isn't it? Dukakis had no fucking chance.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
I know like fucking dick about elections from that era. Really most.
I didn't know.
Being honest,
I didn't know the names enough to recognize. Well, actually, I didn't know anything about Donna Rice, but I did know about Willie Horton. I just hadn't. I haven't been studying American history in so long that like the name didn't ring any bells.
Jesus, man, I'm still thinking about that Bill Clinton shit.
Yeah, Bill Clinton. I mean, honestly, I think Bill Clinton is probably the worst of the modern Democratic presidents. I mean, like, Obama has a lot of... I mean, in terms of foreign policy, Obama and the drone strikes aren't very great. For just... Not like Bill Clinton had a good foreign policy, though. But just for domestic policies, Bill Clinton really leads the shift in Democrats becoming more right-leaning, becoming tough on crime. Like, if Bill Clinton didn't do this tough on crime shift in 92, I'm not saying, like, they would have won without it, but I'm saying, like, if that didn't happen, you wouldn't have someone like Joe Biden in 94 supporting the crime bill so hard.
Bill Clinton gave us Joe Biden, and it's for that reason that I think they should drop out and never see each other again.
Yeah, Bill Clinton also tried to pass a really garbage-ass healthcare reform that failed.
Wasn't that Hillary's thing that she was working on for
Yeah,
him?
that was Hillary's big thing. It busted. Busted pretty hard.
Busted. Healthcare? No thank you. That's a myth.
No, I don't want women writing my healthcare bill. And that's that.
I was going to make a joke that I didn't have any heart in. Or
Women are not epic.
Belief in women are epic, women are cool, women are good.
Prove it. Show me the math on that, huh?
Okay,
Show me.
Okay.
Show me a peer-reviewed article on JSTOR.
Okay.
I've never heard anyone actually talk about. Is it JSTOR or like Gister?
I've never heard it spoken out loud, but I've always
me
seen
neither.
JSTOR.
Okay.
And I'll give you a peer-reviewed article. The claim is that women are good. The evidence is that my neighbor came over and brought us food. And the peer reviews are my fists in your face.
Fuck.
That's right. I got peer right here and review right here.
Bah, bah, bah.
Bah, bah, bah. Get some. Get some.
Well, you proved me wrong. I admit women are epic.
That's right. That's right. You heard it here first on the Family Guy Funnycast, the podcast about Family Guy by two white men. Women are good. Women are very good.
Women are good. I like them.
And you can quote me on that.
You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever encountered the type of person who is like, I love women, women's rights, I'm a feminist, I love women, and then they turn out to be a huge piece of shit?
Oh yeah, those people are the fucking worst, and they give everyone a bad name.
Yeah, I once met this guy who came in to like a socialist club meeting, and he was like, I don't do civility politics, and he was so rude, and he kept like asking for everyone's name to like write things down and like source it and shit. And he's like, I see a lot of dudes here, how can you make the women more comfortable? And you know, we found his Twitter. He has a lot. He was just this big simp. Like simping wasn't really like a term at the time. Simping was already a term, but it wasn't like as big as it was. But he was basically just like simping for women and stuff. And then he got canceled for like being emotionally abusive and harassing women on Twitter.
That's not surprising. I know I have a friend who claims to be, had a friend who was always a super nice guy. And not like a nice guy, but he was cool, he was nice, he was chill. But he was negging people and just being a total fucking dick. Like, pushy, rapey in their and like multiple women, not just one person. And it's fuck. It's always the people who try not to appear that way that are the people that are exactly that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't be like a male feminist and say like I'm a male feminist and like that's like I'll immediately say like you're a creep. But there definitely is like a real type of people who try to like use like woke, for lack of a better word, like woke culture in terms and appearance, and you try to like blend in and hide, and really they're just as bad and as abusive as the people they rail against.
Yeah, it's, to put it in terms that someone could understand, it's people that act like Lin-Manuel Miranda does on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's fucking heinous, and I hate that man. I fucking hate Hamilton. That dude is so fucking annoying. His platitudes
Lin-Manuel
are meaningless.
Miranda. He hosted an A-Push review, and I just got like irrationally mad. I mean, I didn't even know how his review went, but I'm like no, like don't teach these kids Hamilton and pretend like this is like.
Don't teach anybody.
Don't
Hamilton.
pretend like. Yeah, and I mean like, so there's a lot of nuance in history, and you can't construct a perfect like replica of what happened. Mm-hmm. But the way College Board works and the AP history test, there kind of is like an official narrative that you have to follow and fit into. And at least for me, I did a lot of AP exams in school. You have to play the AP, you have to play them to win. Like you can't just go into it like, oh well, I tried my best, I learned everything I could about US history. Mm-hmm. Like, no, you need to like learn the rules and learn how to play their game and come at it to win if you want to do well. It's just like, I'm sure Lin-Manuel Miranda he has good intentions, but I can't imagine his A-Push review was on the rigorous side that these students needed in order to get a good score in their AP exam.
Lin means well, Miranda. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, dude. Lin-Manuel, not you.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't worry. I didn't take it personally. I mean, yeah, like I did well on A-Push. I got a 5, so that was the highest score. Then I was a teacher's assistant the next year for half a semester or for a semester. Mm-hmm. And like the only way to do well in those classes is to really apply yourself. So honestly, they can be harder than some college courses I've had. My AP US history teacher was probably the teacher that's like required the most out of me out of any of my teachers yet, mm-hmm. even including college professors. Like they're honestly pretty hard, and they're pretty bullshit too. Like you need, for most colleges, you need a 4 or a 5 to get any credits, but a 3 is a pass. Right. And then some colleges are like, okay, only 5s, and some colleges are like, okay, yeah, no, we're not taking them at all. Sorry, kid. And there's like, I mean, you can look up their policies before you apply to the school, but like in my scenario, I wasn't like, oh, this college I want to go to doesn't accept it, I'm not going to take an AP course. It's like, I have these credits, I need to only apply to schools that I know will take them and honor them, because like, I'm not going to bust my ass on these AP classes for a school that won't even take it.
AP classes I always thought were kind of stupid. I mean, for those reasons also, and also because like it gets rid of like one class.
Yeah. For AP Bio, it got rid of 2 classes for me. Counted as 8 credits somehow.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really good. I came into my freshman year with a ton of credits. I think I already qualified to be a sophomore, like when I came in.
That's pretty cool. I never liked the AP teachers at my school.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and most of that crowd, like the honors kid crowd, was always so fucking annoying and pretentious.
Damn. Yeah, fuck you, honors students.
Yeah, fuck you. I still carry scars from my high school experience.
If you want to be a cool honor student like me, you gotta start a Family Guy podcast.
Yeah, and then you can do it with someone who is lesser than you, like me.
Hey, you're not lesser than me.
We're equal. We're on a Family Guy podcast.
Yeah. It's the great equalizer. My one piece of advice to, if we have any like younger like high school students listening, I would be try to look for dual enrollment programs with like a local community college or something, because those are a lot more guaranteed than AP credits, and also they're a lot of times easier too. Only take AP classes if you know you can do it, like it's your favorite subject, you love it, you're a really high overachiever, or it's the only thing available to you and you want to get ahead.
My high school is right across the street from the community college I attended. I didn't do that dual enrollment stuff, but some kids did. For most of it, I think you could only take like sign language. You couldn't take another class that was offered there instead of something at your school or at our school.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I think if it was another language or like a math class or a science class that you, for whatever reason, were ahead of what the school offered, you could take one.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, you couldn't replace your classes with a college class and only attend like the 2 days a week that it actually is.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it depends on school to school. Like my dual enrollment classes, well, I mean technically they weren't dual enrollment classes, but they were directly offered by the university I ended up going to, so they automatically transferred, no problems. But I don't know if other states offer something like that because it's a state level college, public. Oh yeah, I mean those are definitely better to do than AP classes. Maybe that'll help someone.
Public school, more like pubic school. Oh. And that's where this whole segment led to. You're welcome.
That's right. Actually, I'll add to this. I'm going to crack open another cold one.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to be honest, for the last 5 or so minutes, I've been looking at the Lin-Manuel Miranda online store.
Anything good on there?
No, it's a Lin-Manuel Miranda store.
Okay, but let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
I am a man in a loving, faithful, sexless marriage of 7 years with my beautiful wife. She's recently asked me about cuckoldry and introducing a bull into our sex life to spice it up and revitalize it. What Lin-Manuel Miranda merch should I show up to our screening meeting with the bull at Starbucks?
I think you need a pop socket for your phone.
Okay. What's on the pop socket? Is it like his face?
Yes, there is one with his face as Hamilton.
God, oh, okay. I thought he was going to be doing like, not like the soy face, but like, it's like generic open mouth, this is the funny face.
Right. No, unfortunately there's not one of those. Here is one of them that I'm looking at. And here's one with mouth open.
Okay. That's kind of like what I was thinking. And this one he's doing like a weird like, haha, look at me, I'm so funny smirk. And the second one, I don't know what he's doing.
They're based on real photographs. I can't figure or come up with the term for what these are, but they're like not rotoscoped, but
yeah,
you know.
That was what I was thinking of. Yeah, it's like a stylized version of a real photo.
Yeah. Or so this went around for like or not for like, but a couple months ago, April. Jack Wagner,
okay,
host of the Yeah But Still podcast, was looking at his store, and so that's the only reason that I know about this at all. So you can buy, and this is 2-month-old news by now, you can buy prints of his face, of Lin-Manuel Miranda's face,
okay,
starting at $19, and there are 2, 4, 6, 8.
That's pretty reasonable.
There are 10 of these.
10 left? 10 different options?
10 different options.
Okay.
And they're all dog shit.
well, yeah, you didn't say that part.
Oh, get fucked, dude. Okay. So they start at $19 if you want the print.
Okay.
If you want the print and a matte frame, I guess. I don't know what that means.
Matte Pat?
Yeah, Matte
theory?
Pat. If you want the print and matte with Matte Pat game theory, but this is only a theory, it is $39.
Okay, that's a bit pricey for something that I don't know what it's doing.
If you want it framed, if you want it to come to
Well,
you
of
in the
course.
mail framed,
Of course I do.
$79.
Okay, Lynn. All right. What's the next tier?
That's it. Thank God.
I was
that's
hoping
it.
there's like a signed tier.
No. Well, these all come digitally signed.
Oh, of
This
course. The digital
This
signature.
8x10
buy it.
photo print is digitally signed Lin-Manuel.
What the fuck does that mean? Like, legitimately, what does that mean?
That
Are you just sent a picture of his signature?
No, so I guess what they do is that he opened this up in Photoshop, took his tablet or his phone, opened it on his phone, and then just signed his name, and then that's the version they're using.
Oh, okay. That could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse.
I thought it meant like they'd send you a file and you could see it like properties. It was made by Lin-Manuel Miranda or some shit. I was like, oh, jeez, thanks, Lin.
There's one of him holding up some ice cream and smiling behind it.
Odd. Dude, ice cream pics, that's a sure sign of a domestic abuser. Just look at Joe Biden.
Yeah, hey, we're not making a statement here, but follow the money. That's all we're saying.
Follow big ice cream.
Follow the Coco Helado. Pretty sure that's what it says in that picture.
Yeah, Delicioso Coco Helado.
Journals and notebooks. Cool, a bunch of
Yeah, I don't like
Lin-Manuel quotes on journals.
like. Okay, so I don't want to hate Lin-Manuel Miranda too
I
much
do.
because he is. Okay, he's scheduled to do the adaptation of King Killer Chronicles, which is a book series. I mean, the guy hasn't released a third book. It's sort of like a George R. R. Martin situation,
Mm-hmm.
but I enjoyed the books, and I think it could be good. So I don't want to hate Lin-Manuel Miranda for anything yet. Like, if he disappoints me with that, I will. But like, I don't know. He's kind of unbearable, and this isn't even based off anything he's done. It's just based off who he is.
Yeah, he is. Look, he's probably a nice guy, but like I said at the top of this segment, dude, if you act like he does, you were hiding something. You were probably not a nice guy.
I just don't get, like, how is he become so like vain that he thinks people honestly, though, what's even worse is if people legitimately do want to buy these prints of his face. But I just don't understand how he could think that people like him that much. Dude, you didn't say this. He has a whole series called Lin Pins, which are all different pins of him.
What? Oh, I
Yeah,
skipped
dude.
over this. Oh,
I mean, maybe Lin Pin 6? Nope, this is a 4-year-old Lin-Manuel Miranda. I can't even talk, I'm so upset. And there's a teenage Lin-Manuel Miranda. Dude, holy shit, dude.
huh.
This picture of teen Lin-Manuel Miranda, he looks exactly like Ninja.
Holy shit, Tyler Ninja Blevins?
Are you seeing this shit,
Dude,
dude?
I'm seeing this.
This literally is just like slightly darker skinned Ninja. With you're seeing that,
Dude,
right?
if Lin-Manuel was born a few years later, they could have been best streamer buds.
So, like, does this mean this is what Ninja's gonna look like when he gets older?
Well, how old is Lin-Manuel? And how old is Ninja Blevins? Okay, Ninja's 29.
Okay. Yeah, I always forget that
Lin-Manuel
Ninja's
is
kind of
40.
grown.
So, yeah, we can count on Ninja looking like that in about 11 years.
All right. Yeah. I'll edit the pictures these pictures to be side by side. I'll put it in the description so you can see just how much Ninja looks like Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Thank you. Ninja was on The Tonight Show at least 2 times. Man, fuck this. I'm out. Whatever. Moving on.
Dude, that means we can be on The Tonight Show at least like 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Jimmy, if you're listening, I hate your guts, but get me on your show.
Dude, it's pretty epic how both the Jimmys, Fallon and Kimmel, got called out for doing blackface within like 24 hours of each other.
Wait, when did Fallon do blackface? Because I've seen that Kimmel thing before.
Well, dude, which one's what? I don't remember. I don't know the difference between them. Jimmy Fallon blackface. Oh, he did a blackface segment where he parodied Chris Rock. I heard that maybe Chris Rock provided the voice in 2000.
That's 2000. That was a different time. You could do that back then.
Was it though? So what's the cutoff line for doing blackface? Because I think by that argument, I think Justin Trudeau is safe on his blackface.
Yeah. So from... No, I know. I don't feel good doing this. Blackface has never been okay.
You don't think you can decide when blackface is and isn't okay?
No, we're in America, not the Netherlands. You can still do it there. It's fine over there.
It's true.
I mean, I'm not saying it's okay to do, but like, as a society, they largely, well, not largely, it is within a limit to be seen as acceptable over there, and that's pretty fucked up.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, like, do they still do it? Do our generation of Dutch people are they whipping out the blackface too? Or are they like, oh, Grandpa, don't put on the blackface, not again, Grandpa? No, you should know how this looks by now.
Yeah, it's like a holiday thing, I think.
I know a single Dutch person. It's like 9. No, she probably won't respond to me in time. I haven't talked to her in like a year. I don't think she'll respond to you for the end of the podcast.
So I think one of the reasons they do it is because there's a character in there.
Because there were no black people in the Netherlands to tell them to stop it.
There's a character in their holiday folklore called Zwarte Piet? I don't know fucking know. But whatever.
Yeah, Zwart meaning black.
Yeah, literally Black Pete or Black Peter.
Oh.
Character first appeared in an 1850 book by who cares? But Pete is black because he's a Moor from Spain. Those portraying him usually put on blackface and colorful Renaissance attire, in addition to curly wigs and bright red lipstick. So blackface.
Yeah. That is blackface. I mean, it's not like minstrel face, but that is blackface.
It is blackface. You think they could just not do that, but...
Why didn't Justin Trudeau be like, no, I was just celebrating this holiday in the Netherlands?
Wait, what the fuck is a sooty, Pete? What? I skipped something in this article, and they're talking about sooty. Like soot. Sooty.
Okay. I was going to say, because I feel like I remember hearing something about, like, a person who had soot on their face, like a Christmas thing. Which, I mean, like, probably still shouldn't be doing that, but it wasn't meant to be racist, but... But yeah, so what's a sooty, Pete? Is this like the same thing?
It's a different variation. Else? It features the outfit, but without the curly wig, earrings, or lipstick. So it's like...
Oh, okay.
Still kind of blackface, but... smeared on makeup simulates soot smudges, and an actor portraying the character retains their own natural skin tone. So it's like, I guess just literally rubbing some soot on your face.
That's fine.
Like, you're like a chimney sweep.
Yeah, I mean, they rub soot on their face if the Catholics do it for Ash Wednesday or whatever. So that's fine. Yeah, if you want to do Black Pete, just do the not racist version. It's fine.
In 2019, they decided that the nationally televised arrival of Sinterklaas would feature only sooty Pete's. That November, a group called Kick Out Pete were attacked during a meeting. Windows were smashed, nearby vehicles were vandalized, and fireworks were shot into the building where the group is planning protests in 12 communities that still feature traditional versions of the character.
People are willing to kill over the blackface beat.
This is like Trump rallies where people are yelling, "Build that wall," but fuck, I have to sneeze. Ow!
Bless you. They're yelling, "Black that Pete! Black that Pete!"
Black that Pete!
They're shooting off rockets at people.
It's just like the Prime Minister of the Netherlands is doing a rally and there's just people in the back with big ass signs that say, "Soot that Pete." Wait, no, that's the better one.
Yeah, no, you want to soot the... Yeah, that's the other side. That's the counter-protesters.
Yeah, that's...
Soot that Pete! Black that Pete! Soot that Pete! They start shooting bottle rockets and shit at each other because they don't have guns over there.
They throw fucking fireworks into their version of the White House.
They're throwing cans of beans at each other, you know? Real weapons of terror.
Oh, I didn't even say... I skipped this good one. This good good notable event. Well, it's after a sentence that says have been multiple protests and violent incidents involving pro-Pete demonstrators.
Damn.
In November of 2017, a group of anti-Pete demonstrators were prevented from attending a demonstration during a nationally televised celebration in the town of Dockham after their vehicles were blocked on the A7 motorway by pro-Pete demonstrators, 34 of whom were found guilty of obstructing traffic. During celebrations throughout November of 2018, violent incidents took place in several towns. In one town, anti-Pete demonstrators were surrounded by an estimated group of 250 people described as football hooligans who attacked them with eggs and shouted racist insults.
Dude, I love the idea of football hooligans because I think a lot of British people think like there is no racism there. And, there's no racism over there except for the football hooligans who run around doing racist incidents. It's like, that's Britain though.
I had someone in a couple classes recently, and she was from the UK, and she swore up and down that this is an American history class. She was shocked by what happened in these classes in our history, and she would swear up and down that they don't have stuff like that in England. They don't have racism like we did in America. This is ignoring the fact that the British were the one who fucking, my words are escaping me. They did start the slave trade, but they're the ones that made it worse. They implemented harsher racial policies to strip us from unity. And that's not to say that every settler was totally tolerant of black people, but the British did implement those policies to divide us even further, and that really helped cement the racial divide in America that was just doomed from the start because of the British. And even now, like Brexit, and going back a little bit further with immigrants from the Middle East, refugees, not just immigrants, refugees, white nations across Europe were fighting to not take them in, saying, get out of here, like insulting them, calling them filthy and rapists and murderers, all of them, putting that blanket over all of them. And then to say that you don't have a racist history when your empire was founded on just genocide and upheavals of governments and conquering? Fuck off, dude.
Britain... I'm not saying this to excuse America from any of their historical and present sins.
Yeah, dude, fuck America.
But
fuck them.
Yeah, but if you look at even just the time period since the first settler has arrived in America and compared like American atrocities and British atrocities, Britain is honestly, in terms of body count, probably the worst country out there, especially in terms of modern history. Like, millions of people across Africa, Asia, more specifically in India alone, the Middle East, China, just waves of decimation by the British Empire.
It's fucking
And
gross.
then we sort of like forget about it. 'Cause like, oh, they made Doctor Who. Look, they're so charming when they talk.
Oh, they made Doctor Who. Look, it's Rose. It's Captain Jack.
Whoa, it's Rose. Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow. He's epic.
I mean, yeah. And then looking at it from like from the perspective of the development of Islam, the introduction, like once Europe comes in, that's honestly like the start of like some of the worst points, in terms of like open-mindedness and progressiveness that we would define historically. Islam was much more Sorry, my professor yelled at me when I say with a Z. Islam was very open and accepting, and then under British rule, they start really codifying law. Sharia law had never been codified until the British came, and then Britain codifies all the laws, so much so that it's called Anglo-Mohammedan law. And then just like general Western interference into the Middle East is strong, that leads to these policies like Wahhabism, which are very... They assert that they are very orthodox and rigidly adhering in a fundamentalist way to the text of the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
They're also called development ideologies because of their ability to try to like consolidate local and like tribal polities in the Middle East before like the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia really takes control. And yeah, like shit like that is really largely a reaction to like, or ends up as a reaction to Western interference in the Middle East. And then you know, you go on the news and condemn them for it. I'm not saying don't take this like ISIS is good actually because the white man made ISIS. But my point is that British policy, especially in regards to Islam, was very detrimental for it being for what historically had been a very pluralistic, open system of religion and religious law. Like the system that Islam has is very interesting in the way that the religious law is not formalized at any point. Instead, it all relies on fiqh, which means I think it means jurisprudence. Essentially relied on the consensus among multiple Islamic scholars on what is and is not Sharia, all without being codified. So it's very open and democratic in a sense, so everyone can elect to believe what they want to believe. It's really intriguing. I've never seen like a conception of a system like that.
That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I know fucking jack dick about Islam.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know too much either. I just took a course on it with a professor this year. And it's like, we got so deep into the micro level that I'm like a macro level. Like, Eid was recently. I didn't know what you did on Eid. But I can talk about the difference between siyasa and fiqh for Islamic law and how it all connects back to Sharia.
Whoa. Should have a special Islam lecture on the Family Guy Funnycast.
Yeah, I'll invite my professor on. I won't tell him what it's for because I don't want him to know about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, I like my professor, but I don't want him to know I run a Family Guy podcast.
Quick Black Pete update. By 2018, studies showed that between 80 and 88% of the Dutch public did not perceive him as racist. And between 41 and 54% were happy with the character's modernized Sooty Pete style.
I mean, I think the Sooty Pete's a good compromise. I mean, I haven't actually seen any of them, but from what you described...
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, the soot versions... It just looks like you threw some dirt on your face.
I mean, when I search Sooty Pete, the first two pictures are still people doing blackface.
Oh, we got a long way to go.
But this third picture, which I assume is what the Sooty Pete looks like, it looks like you have soot on your face. So I think that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, how about those references from the episode?
How about those sick-ass references? Well, boy, oh boy.
We're getting farther and farther away from Family Guy.
It's true, we are.
We promise from here on we will talk more about Family Guy. Probably. We don't hold us to it.
We'll do our best.
Don't hold us to this, please. I swear to God.
All right. Anyway, first reference: Aqua Velva. It's a blue shaving cream line. It's just a little reference. I don't need to go too in deep depth with it.
Aqua Velva?
I've never used Aqua Velva. Have you ever used Aqua Velva?
No.
Yeah, no. Me neither. Fuck you, Aqua Velva.
I think my dad has probably had some of that aftershave, so I probably used it.
Nice. I probably want to like drink it. I always like blue liquids. Always seem really appetizing to me for some reason. There was one blue liquid that we used in like a biology class that was like a silver compound. It was like a stain. And I'm like, fuck, it do look kind of good though.
Well, hey, good news. There's a cocktail named after the aftershave.
Well, but I'm not old enough.
Well, who cares? Hey, who gives a fuck, dude?
Dude, if my professor listens to this one, he's gonna be so disappointed in me.
Well, hey, professor, go fuck yourself. It's 2020.
No, I like this professor. Don't tell him to go fuck himself.
Well, let my boy drink. I don't care.
All right, yeah.
Why should you?
All right. Dude, stop it. The professor's gonna kick my ass if you keep going.
Good, it'll toughen you up. All right, continue.
Yeah, next reference, Lee Majors. He's an actor in The $6 Million Man. He's also Grandpa Max from Ben 10. He was a sailing instructor in an episode of Community. You know the one?
I'm sorry, you said he was Grandpa Max. And
yeah, from Ben 10.
Wait, did he play the character in live action?
No, he voiced the character in the animations. I don't know if he played him in the live action.
What? No, Paul Eiding was Grandpa Max.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, Paul Eiding was Grandpa Max.
Oh, shit. Okay. I guess I must have read too fast. Maybe he did play him in a live action.
Damn.
Well, let me look into this one more time. I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah, he was.
I'm sorry.
Ben 10 Race Against Time, a live action movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was reading too fast. I just saw Ben 10.
That's so sad in my life. That's not true.
But yeah, he also played the crusty sailing instructor in the Community episode Beginner Pottery. You know the one.
Yeah. Actually, it's been a while since I saw that.
Dude, weren't you just watching Community?
Yeah, but there's a lot of episodes between then and now. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that's
guy.
why he's familiar. Okay.
Continue. Next reference is The $6 Million Man. It was Lee Majors' role. It was originally a series of movies starting in 1973. Then it becomes adapted 1974 to 1978 sci-fi TV show about a former astronaut soldier who's gotten bionic implants and becomes a secret agent. Sounds like fucking propaganda to me, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a
next
propaganda. Moving on.
Yeah. Next reference, Mr. Rogers. We already explained that one.
You know who he is.
He's a nice man. Next reference is to Milli Vanilli, specifically the Milli Vanilli lip syncing scandal. The first evidence of this actually happened at Lake Compounce in Bristol, Connecticut.
Whoa.
Where their machine, like their lip sync, like the backing audio was skipped, and then just kept like skipping on the same verse, and then people are like, "Whoa, what's up with that?"
Tragic.
And this leads to further investigation, revealing that actually neither of the men who were posing as Milli Vanilli actually were singing on the studio albums.
Yeah, that was before I was having like conscious permanent memories, but man, looking back, like that's a weirdly nostalgic thing for me, and I don't know why. because I do not remember any of that.
Damn. I almost missed out on this whole reference. Like it's like, oh yeah, it's a reference to Milli Vanilli, whatever. And then I find the lip syncing scene. I'm like, oh, I get it now. Next reference is to the Huguenots. They were 1500 to 1600 French Protestants, which Peter is not, clearly.
You don't know that.
So yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Yes, I do. I know canonically he's Catholic. He's an Irish Catholic.
Fuck, this is erasure.
Alright, the next reference is to Faust. It's a 2-part play by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. I don't know how you say his name. Which is a play about Faust, a loyal follower of God who makes a deal with the devil that leads him to tragedy and despair.
Oh no, not you, Faust.
And then he goes to hell. And then heaven.
What a bitch.
Spoilers. Yeah, only bitches go to
Yeah.
heaven.
Hey, Peter, remember when I was Faust and I went to heaven? And then hell? That's the reverse Faust, Peter. Oh, yeah.
Alright, the next reference is to Psycho. It's a 1960 horror film by Alfred Hitchcock. It has the iconic shower scene where a woman is murdered in the shower. Do they parody it, or do they show it in this episode?
I gotta admit, I don't remember.
Okay. I can't remember if it was a parody or they just sort of made a reference to it. I think it was a parody, whatever.
Probably a parody, that's a good bet.
Yeah. Next reference is to The Facts of Life. It's a 1979 to 1988 sitcom following a former housekeeper becoming the house mother at an all-girls school.
Whoa. A lot of orphanages in my life lately. Even though it's not an orphanage, but... boarding schools... I'm assuming that's a boarding school in the show, but probably not.
Yeah.
But boarding schools are basically orphanages, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have parents, but they don't want you around. So, do you have parents? Probably not.
Dude, I think I'm going to send my kids to a boarding school.
Oh, so you want them to be orphans.
I mean... I'm just gonna look into it because I don't want them to send them to like one of those like seedy British type boarding schools where they all get molested.
Yeah, or like a little Hogwarts type where they all get indoctrinated into being TERFs.
Yeah, I don't want my kids coming home TERFs after I send them to a prestigious boarding school for $100,000 a semester.
Do you know how much I paid for you to go to this school, and you come back a J.K. Rowling fan? Get out of my house. God, I have no son.
Yeah, I'd look into emancipating them immediately. But, alright. Abracadabra your way out of this one, bitch.
Avada Kedavra me now, motherfucker. Actually, don't do that. It's the killing spell. Yeah. And that's illegal.
Mm-hmm. If I raised a son or a daughter who turned out to be a TERF, they'd be too much of a coward to kill me with a killing curse.
Yeah, Avada Kedavra is basically the gun.
The wizard equivalent.
Yeah, no, the wizard equivalent of a gun. So, if your kid is probably going to be too much of a pussy to hold a gun up to you. So you can bet they won't hold up a wand and say Avada Kedavra at you.
Yeah, I mean, unless they really resent me for sending them to the boarding school.
You made me this way.
Alright, the next reference is to Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo, which is a sequel to Breakin', a breakdancing movie. Wasn't very good, wasn't very liked. However, Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo, specifically 2, Electric Boogaloo, would become a relatively early internet meme. I never really liked it, to be honest.
It was okay, but there was a long period of time if something was labeled 2, someone would just call it Electric Boogaloo. And I'm super glad that's over.
I think it's definitely one of those things in like internet history and culture that really inspires like the derivative Reddit comment style of just saying a reference in response to someone's post.
Oh god.
Just like fucking like reference chaining the same like 7 references over and over again.
Yeah, hey, remember when South Park did the member berries? No way, I remember that. I remember that too. You remember Pogs?
The big one I always see now is fucking Bird Law from Sunny.
Bird Law, very funny. Reddit, you're not funny.
Yeah, they always do the Bird Law thing, and then they end up doing the implication one. I mean, like, yeah, you could teach an AI in like 5 minutes how to write a realistic Reddit chain.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to Subreddit Simulator, but that is some powerful shit right there. It's a subreddit where there are these bots that have, like, I don't know, Markov chains or some shit, and then they parse the specific subreddits they're named after, and they'll just comment with whatever people comment. It'll make up their own sentences, and sometimes it's damn near you cannot tell them apart. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like the way just like the average Redditors talk and shit just feels like they all are just following like the same style guide for everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
It's super fucking weird. Hey, here's one from Ask Men. Actually, no, I'm not reading this one. Never mind. No, it's actually bad. It's actually pretty bad.
Fuck.
Next reference.
Alright. Next reference is to James Carville. He's a little ugly bastard, political consultant. He was the lead strategist for Bill Clinton's first election. He was on CNN from 2002 to 2003, then he jumped to Fox. You know, if anything proves what I was talking about earlier with the Clinton administration, the fact that someone will go from CNN, which is upheld as like the bastion of the American left's political influence, to Fox, which is unequivocally the right center of political media influence. You know, maybe they're not so different after all.
Not one bit.
Maybe Democrat and Republican are mighty similar after all.
You're both kind of in the center. Come on in, water's
Yeah.
fine.
No, they're both kind of to the right.
Yeah, well, they're definitely right. Of center.
Yeah. And also right of the left.
Also right of
that's
the
how
left.
That's how it works.
But also right of center. You know what? We're both right.
Hell yeah.
God, James Carville is a weird looking man.
Yeah, he's not as fucked up as I thought he would be,
No.
seeing how they represent him, but he's still kind of fucked up. At first I thought he was supposed to be like a racist, like Asian stereotype when I first saw him. But no, he's just a white guy. That's just how he looks.
Nah, man. What a weird fucking man. Also, he just kind of sucks, too, so that doesn't do him any favors.
Yeah. Do you think Bill liked him because he's a weird little freak?
I think Bill liked him because he's a little fucking goblin in the body of a southern man.
Bill Clinton is basically Bill Clinton's like a hobgoblin. He's just a normal goblin.
Yeah. James Carville is what Bill Clinton would look like if he didn't have reconstructive surgery.
Shit. That's why I liked him. So, back to the episode. Some things I liked is Peter, if you notice, was doing the Beto O'Rourke during his campaigning.
Oh my god, he was totally doing the Beto.
Yeah, where he just puts his feet up on everything.
God damn, Beto was such a foot guy, wasn't he?
Oh, definitely.
I was talking about this while he was still running, and no one really went with it with me. But man, Beto was definitely up in their DMs. Them being Tulsi, the Kirsten Gillibrand, the Klobuchar, asking for them foot pics. Also Kamala, but I don't think.
Oh, definitely.
He knew that wouldn't go anywhere, so he hit her up.
You don't think America's top cop was sending toe pics?
No, he hit her up once and she didn't respond, and he was like, "Yep, that's what I figured."
Alright.
Sorry, mommy.
Sorry,
Won't
mommy,
do anything
sorry,
like that
daddy,
ever again.
No toe pics.
But mommy Tulsi, she was like, "No, dude, fuck you," and then that just reinvigorated his desire for mommy Tulsi feet.
Mm-hmm. Ultimately leading to his ruin.
Yeah. Feet bring nothing but trouble.
That is true. Speaking of trouble, one joke I really liked was Peter's bumper stickers saying, "Together we can beat my wife." I think Joe might have helped him write that one.
Hey Peter, how about this one? Together we can beat my wife. Hey Joe, that's pretty funny. It sounds like we're gonna beat up Lois. Yeah. Sounds like. Peter, I'll be back. I need to go talk to Lois.
Only 40% of Joe beats women. Coincidentally, he can also only move 40% of his body.
I think it's actually a bigger percentage because of how fucking big he is.
How top heavy he is. I know, honestly, maybe there's a mercy that Joe's in a wheelchair, otherwise he'd always be falling forward. Like he just cannot balance on his own. That's how he fell off the roof. He just slipped.
Oh, yeah. He was like, "Oh, I didn't train enough for this.
I'm so top heavy."
Oh, no. My top. He really is hourglass shaped if hourglasses were disproportionate.
If hourglasses were fucking buff guys instead of hot babes.
Yeah, if they were like lollipop shaped. But the
Dude,
stick
have
was
they
like
made
1 inch tall.
Have they made hourglasses that are shaped like women for horny dudes?
Hey,
like a woman with an hourglass figure?
Let's find out.
Woman hourglass shopping.
Nice.
Oh,
that was a big one. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just trying to find some women hourglasses.
I can kind of smell that, and I don't know why.
Damn, dude.
You know, I'm gonna say they never made those, and that's because.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna corner the market on that one. Yeah, we're gonna corner the
market, but I think that's gonna fail because if you think about it, hourglasses and women are the same thing. So you can just draw some titties on an hourglass and just go to town. You'd be totally fine. Here, I'm gonna load up an hourglass right now. Imagine some titties on there. And
I'm gonna load up a woman right now.
You can actually do that. Not even joking. Just Google hourglass. That you don't need a sex doll.
Oh shit!
You just need an hourglass, probably a PNG of an hourglass, and your imagination.
At least one. Dude, I wish I could just 3D print a sex doll. I'd buy a 3D printer just for that.
I don't know if that's like worse than just buying a sex doll. Like,
well, but I'd also have a 3D printer, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you could use that.
Like,
for
I could 3D
things.
print a gun.
You could. You have to find those plans, but you totally could.
Don't worry. I'm sure they're not too hard to find.
I 3D
yeah, I could be like
GF?
that guy who has the sex dolls and the guns, except mine are all through a 3D printer.
God, it's so hot.
I think it'd be pretty cool, honestly. I would just 3D print everything in my life. I'd 3D print all the furniture in my house too.
Mm-hmm.
I just 3D print everything I could, really.
My 3D printed fiance. This isn't as hot as I thought it was going to be. It's just
Did someone already make this?
Not really. He 3D printed a sculpture of his girlfriend.
Dude, I fucking smashed that shit. Get out of here.
The idea of it is pretty super hot. I'm not going to lie. If I had a 3D printer, I would not be allowed to have one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd 3D print a bowl to fuck my 3D wife.
Oh, God, yeah.
Speaking of bowls, do you want to read what a friend of ours showed us?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah, let me load that back up. So this is a Reddit post, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to go along with, our cuckold tangent a couple weeks ago, life has just continued to grace us with cucks. And we love it. Folks, we love it.
We love our cucks. They're great.
We love our cucks. They're great. I can't do it, Trump. That's as good as you're gonna get. Fuck.
No, me. I didn't even try. Other than how we say word.
Funny men say huge. Okay, so this is from, I assume, the cuckold subreddit. Straight up r/cuckold. My bull...
No, it's probably like r/cuckold problems, because r/cuckold's basically just a porn sub.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is. But, there's some discussion there. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, my bull stole my husband, and I don't know how to deal with this. I made a throwaway for this. We started in this lifestyle about 6 months ago. I found a bull who I really liked, and we got along really well. Soon my husband joined in by watching, and then he helped us a bit and got more involved. After some time, I started telling him to blow the bull to make him ready for me, and he didn't object at all. I was surprised by this, but didn't object. It led to me watching him blow the bull, and the bull coming on his face or mouth. I wanted to take it further, so I asked the bull to fuck my husband. But we had to practice for that, as my bull is one the bigger side. So I started ducking my husband with the strap on, and we slowly progressed to the bull. It led to me watching the bull fuck him. I sent them on errands together to humiliate him. But they became friends afterwards, and I didn't mind. Yesterday, my husband told me that he wants a divorce. This literally came out of nowhere. I checked his phone but found nothing and was lost as to why. I went to the bull's house and told him to talk to him, but he seemed reluctant to do that. He told me that my husband is dating him. I thought this was a joke set up by them. It wasn't. He's serious about this, and now the both of them are dating. This is the side of cuckolding nobody told me about. I don't know what to say or how to feel. I can't even talk to anybody about this. I feel so embarrassed.
Well, that's just the risk you run in a cuckolding situation. The highest pleasures in life are some of the high risk reward factor of these pleasures in life are what makes them so good in some cases, right? Like gambling. If you knew you were going to get your money back every single time, it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, then it's not gambling.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're just investing.
Yeah.
So it's all about the possibility of loss that makes it so rich and rewarding. And in cuckolding, I think the concept kind of is like, I'm watching this dude fuck my wife. He's going to take her from me. At least on like a subconscious level, it's like a submission to this man. But this is the total reversal. This is what you don't see coming, right? This woman thinks she can have her cake and eat it too. She thinks she can get fucked by her big old bull and then come home to a loving, happily married husband. Nope. They're gay now.
This is I don't know how it's pronounced, like a cuckwean situation.
Yeah.
You thought you were cucking him, but he was cucking you.
It'd be really funny as if like an update to the story, the woman is invited as like a cuckwean, like she just watches them fuck, and then the bull tells her to suck her ex-husband's dick, and eventually they get back together, and the cycle just repeats over and over with different like formats. Like eventually it's the husband or it's the bull and the wife. Like every possible scenario is exhausted here.
Over and over until the end of time.
It's like every 3 weeks.
Oh my god. I need to see that now. I hope that there's an update to this and it's... I want the wife to get the bull and then the husband... Like the bull leaves the husband and goes back to the wife and then the husband comes back crawling to them. But he doesn't want his wife back. He just wants the bull. So, who do you think would get the bull in the divorce? Like, obviously they're dating, but like, she found him.
Yeah, I mean, finders keepers.
Yeah,
right?
the finder's fee is...
My theory is, what if actually this man, these two men, had known each other previously to this cuckolding relationship, and this was all one big setup by the husband to escape. He's like he gets married to his wife, he realizes he's gay, starts talking to another man, doesn't want to take it any further because that's cheating, right? So then him and this man arrange this elaborate prank where they introduce him as a bull, and then he hopes that like eventually their relationship will progress till he can safely exit with the bull.
Yeah, the whole classic.
Dude,
Please
be, like,
fuck
a pretty
my
brilliant
wife.
play.
The classic, please fuck my wife so I can leave her
Be
for
gay with you.
Who hasn't been there, really?
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty standard tactic. I think Sun Tzu actually writes about it in The Art of War.
The Art of War. Am I right?
You right?
That's actually how my last relationship ended.
Damn.
Yeah, it hurts. I don't like talking about this anymore. Cuckolding isn't funny.
Yeah, cuckolding is not funny anymore.
No, it's just the ultimate fetish.
It is true. It's the ultimate risk.
Mm-hmm. The ultimate reward.
Okay, so I don't remember what episode it was, but I talked about we should keep track of Family Guy predictions, right?
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
And I think the one qualifies. I think Family Guy successfully predicted my sex junk on the Bill Nye Netflix show.
Wait, it predicted what? Say that again.
Okay, so on Bill Nye's Netflix show, I forget what it's called, there was a scene where he brings on, I think, like a female comedian who does this song called, like, My Sex Junk.
Oh, I think that was Amy Schumer.
Maybe. I know a lot of, like, conservatives hated it. And I think I watched it. I remember thinking it was kind of cringy.
I think that united both sides for once.
Yeah, that was just a big old cringe fest. And Family Guy predicts it because they have a Schoolhouse Rock style song. Schoolhouse Rock, if you don't know, was an educational TV show. I think it was like in the 90s, right?
No, that was like the 70s.
Oh my god, it was the 70s?
Yeah, that's not 90s in animation.
Dude, I don't know what 90s animation looks like. I was born in 2000. Oh yeah, it was 73. But it kept airing until 2009.
Okay, well, apparently they made new ones in the 90s as well.
Hell yeah.
And in 2009.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, one of my professors loved showing the I'm Just a Bill music video.
Yep. I did watch that in my intro to poli-sci class.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm just a Bill slaps.
Mm-hmm.
And then this happened multiple times. He'd show my teacher was a bit he had bad memory, so I don't think he realized he'd showed it to us multiple times. But then he'd show us I'm Just a Bill. Then he would show us the SNL skit about it.
How many times
this
did he
happened
do this?
At least twice, maybe 3 times.
That sucks.
I mean, it was better than paying attention, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Fuck paying attention. I rarely do it.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I always pay attention on this podcast. You don't have to worry about that.
You better. Thank you.
Yeah, I never have my phone out playing a game. Oh, hold on.
You got games on your phone?
You got games on your phone?
Take them off right now.
No.
Damn.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll take all but one, which is the only one I play.
Flappy Bird?
No, I wish.
What's the only game you play on your
It's
phone?
called Hold Down. Did you ever play that other game, like Numbers or something? Balls. It was called Balls.
2048?
No, not threes. It was called Balls, and you shot balls from the top of the screen, and you would try to hit these blocks before they reached the top.
Okay.
And this game's the same thing, but there's an endless mode.
So is it kind of like a block breaker style thing?
It's kind of like that. Only you're not controlling a paddle.
Okay, yeah, I've played games like that. I haven't played that one.
This one is super fucking addicting. I've been playing this for a year and a half, and for most of I beat the actual game. It's very short. There's like a handful of levels. You upgrade and stuff for your alien dude or whatever the fuck he is to shoot more balls or whatever. I don't actually remember what the upgrades do. But
yeah, I got Piffle on my phone. Same shit.
Whoa. Does it bless the rains down in Africa?
No, Piffle's a funny little dog. I think, or maybe he's a cat. I don't fucking know.
Damn.
You shoot them, and then sometimes there are special blocks and shit that do funny things,
Whoa.
or like little power ups you gather on the map.
Whoa. But anyway, I paid like $4 for this game, and I'm still playing it. If I'm on my phone somewhere, I'm probably playing Hold Down. That's my review for this game.
Hell yeah. That's a pretty good review.
This is a Funnycast stamp of approval.
Ching. Also,
Ching.
something to note about this episode is Peter does a little flashback to his great-grandfather, Juarez Griffin, who's fighting a chicken. And this is a little nod to the chicken fight. However, the thing is, the chicken fight was already... This is the same season, right?
Yeah. Technically, yes.
So, was it like a split in, like, when it came out, or...
I think that episode might have been produced as part of the first season, but aired as part of the second.
Okay. Because this would clearly indicate to me that they have plans for the chicken bit, right? Like, it wasn't like the chicken was a one-time thing that the people liked, so they brought it back, but it's like, no, this is going to be a recurring bit that we have where Peter fights the chicken. So much so that after only one chicken fight, they made a reference to the idea of Peter fighting chickens.
I think this is the first bit of major continuity that isn't a recurring character that lives on Spooner Street. I think you're onto something here. The chicken was
also
destined
what
from
I'm
the
trying
beginning.
what I'm trying to imply here is that, like, it seems to me that the Family Guy team is like, yeah, we're doing the chicken. Like, people love the fucking chicken. The chicken rocks.
People love choking that chicken.
It's true. We do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they knew they had a hit on their hands with that chicken. For sure. 100%. How could you not?
Yeah. Dude, I buy fighting chicken merch like every single week, honestly. It's kind of becoming a problem.
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Don't hang up when we finish after this, because I would like to talk to you about that finally.
You really you think like you need to talk to me about like my chicken merch problem?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I do.
For real?
Yeah, it's your parents got in contact with me. It is overflowing in your room. It's affecting their lives. They have to clean up after you. They have to clean up all the giant chicken mess you leave behind, all the packing material. And there's implications to that level of hoarding that you can't even fathom because you're in too deep. So please stay on the line when we finish up here because it's time.
Okay. Yeah. Can we just wrap up the episode?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Anyway, back to the Family Guy Funnycast.
Hello.
So any last things you want to say about the episode? Before we wrap this
last
up?
words?
Oh, right. What was your favorite joke?
I wrote down Mr. Rogers as a Volcel. Because I don't think he's ever had sex in his life.
It's true.
But as his own personal choice. Because he is married. Or, sorry, was.
Yeah, he is
I think he had children in real life.
He did. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
I think he had two.
He was a sperm donor. He was a Presbyterian minister also. So, just total double Volcel.
So he was slanging pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not incel, Volcel.
Yeah, totally different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers was a constant source of peace and all that in my life, and I miss him, but I don't put him on such a pedestal that I cannot call him a Volcel, which he is.
Yeah, that's good. That is true. Personally, my favorite joke, maybe it's not my favorite, but it's one that stood out and I remember it, was, someone was talking about politicians having to kiss babies, and then Lois goes to kiss Stewie, and Stewie goes, not this baby, and, I don't know, I thought the delivery was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good delivery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, delivery is key for these jokes.
Delivery is key for probably most jokes, if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, there are a good bit, I think, of unfunny comedians that have solid delivery, which gets them popular enough. Like
Yeah.
if they bad delivery, people realize how bad these jokes are.
Yeah, they're really getting off scot-free. I think my favorite joke was when Peter pulled out the half sandwich and imitated Lois and used the sandwich as her nose.
Oh.
And then she called him out, and then he said, well, yeah, I'm going to eat your nose. And he eats a sandwich and then turns away, chews it, shows it to her, and keeps chewing. That was a funny visual gag.
Yeah, it was a funny
Little episode here. And the whole thing was obviously just a whole Democrat versus Republicans. You know, Peter's signs were red, Lois's were blue. Haha, you all got us. Dems versus Repubs.
You got us. The Republicans are fine.
Republicans are bad. We know. We fucking know.
Okay.
Woohoo. Okay, pretty on the giant Lois sandwich nose on this, aren't you? Was that the Family Guy Funnycast?
Yeah, I think that was the episode. So you can find me on Twitter at BingeGod.
I am at WaterSlap.
You can find the podcast at FG Funnycast on Twitter. We post our updates and shit.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
You can find Lin-Manuel Miranda's meaningless fucking platitudes at Lin_Manuel.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, before we sign off, as our closing outro, I guess all outros are closing, but whatever, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna leave us with a little Lin-Manuel platitude, unless you're not done, in which I will save this.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Lin-Manuel Miranda, 6:49 p.m., June 3rd, 2020. Good night. There is a little peace, and it is all heavy, but rest unclenches your jaw a little. Maybe enough for tomorrow. Rest.